Welcome back. This is the last episode of season 3 of the TAUK Peer-to-Peer podcast. And today we're going to lift the curtain a little. And I'm joined by another part of this madness, one of my co-founders at TAUK, and the man who has to deal with me on Zoom, on WhatsApp, and in real life, Mr. Andrew Vass. You look nervous.
I feel nervous. I don't know why.
You know, it's the only meeting where you can't mute me or pretend you've got another call to take, isn't it?
That's true. Yes, that is
there
true.
we go. Okay, so let's start with the truth, not the company line. What does TAUK really mean to you?
I suppose looking back when we started it was about trying to deliver something better for the client, deliver something better for the agent, give agents the opportunity to make life-changing money. I was really passionate, having been in the industry for over 2 decades, having sort of launched businesses in different countries and coming back and just seeing that agents still on £25,000 a year and for the work that they do. And the system's broken from a transactional perspective that the traditional incumbents have, where you get passed from pillar to post, and it was never a good client experience. And so TAUK meant the opportunity to change an industry, but also to change people's lives.
What feels most personal to you?
Feels most personal to me?
It's a very good way of dodging a conversation just by repeating the question back to somebody.
It's an American trick, isn't it? Yeah, it's an American interview trick. What feels most personal? I mean, you have to give me some context there.
What's the most personal part? What's the bit that's mattered the most?
Of this business?
No, of fish and chips on a Friday night.
I suppose, seeing some of the early people when it was just a sort of a dream of what we were trying to create, some of the early people that are still with us now and are earning 6 figures, which is fantastic. But what's most personal to me is their thanks and gratitude to us for being able to deliver this type of business model, but also for changing their lives. So that's been the most personal bit, is when somebody reaches out to me and says, you've made such a difference to my life that I never thought was going to be possible. And that means more to me than probably statistics or numbers or where we finish in rankings and things like that.
Yep.
To be able to have those conversations with people is beautiful.
I hear quite often that you say protecting the culture is more important than anything.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Protecting the culture for me means, I personally have, I try to learn everybody's name, right? And I pride myself on understanding who their names, their partners are, what their life background is. It's about being personal with people, not just about being some sort of corporate entity that doesn't understand what agents go through on a day-by-day basis and doesn't understand what people are trying to deliver. So I think culturally, we'll always try to remain as part of a family. And grow that sort of family feel as we even get to 500, 600,000 agents. For me, it's always about a feeling of family and a feeling about everyone being, collectively in a room together on Thursday last week. There was such an energy in the room about everyone moving forward in the right direction and believing in the direction of travel that we have. That for me is culture.
I think people perhaps over-glamorize starting their own brokerage or starting their own business. And, it seems fun and sexy and exciting. But I suppose at the very heart of it, we've carried the weight of other people's lives.
Yeah.
Their mortgage payments, their whole self-employed livelihood, that responsibility is sat on our shoulders every day. What does that feel like to you?
In the early days, it would. When we first launched, it would give me sleepless nights. Not knowing if a person was going to be able to put food on their table for their kids because they've walked away, albeit from a meagre salary of £20,000 or £25,000. There were some conversations that we had with people where we had to help them out in the early days to be able to get them through, to be able to put food on their table. And I was happy and proud to do that. But as we grew and scaled, it was sort of not possible to continue to do it on the level that we were doing it right at the very, very start. So, less so now because we've got the advanced commission offering, which I think this is more around, what it was like to launch a business with your wife rather than pitching TAUK. But, having the advanced commission offering now is a game changer and only something that we were able to do over the last sort of 15, 16 months which again, you've probably had lots of conversations on this podcast series today about how without it, they wouldn't have been able to take this direction of travel. So, in the early days, I helped people, pay people and gave people some assistance where they needed it out of my own savings. But look, I'm still so proud that those people are still with us today and are thriving, right? And that's they're the people that will remain with you forever.
So there's a pressure then to wear that responsibility of somebody taking the leap.
Yes, there's a pressure. I think the pressure is for us to be able to set them up for success. And I think that, it's our responsibility as TAUK, the brokerage, to give people the path or the direction of travel to follow to make them successful. Ultimately, not everybody who joins is going to be successful. But, if we believe that at TAUK, or the statistics tell us that if they get to 5 listings with TAUK, we have an 85% retention. Those people are still here if they made it to 5 listings. So it's our responsibility to guide them, to onboard them in the right way, to give them the tools and the facilities and also the operational infrastructure to make them be successful and to thrive in this environment. But there's still a hefty weight on our shoulders that we need to be responsible for that.
Let's talk about working together as founders and as a couple. What's the best thing about working with me?
The best thing about working with you is the pride that you have for the brand, the pride that you have for the quality and the feel of it, how much you care. And I can still hear that in your voice today when you speak to agents. That's the best thing about working with you at TAUK.
And what's the worst?
Oh, God.
You have to answer this.
I have to answer this. What's the worst thing? I mean, it's also flip reverse, your pride and pride for the brand. You don't believe that good beats perfect. And so everything has to be meticulous and it slows processes down and procedures down only because you care that much. That's one of the worst things about working with you.
Who stresses first, me or you?
Me.
Who strops first?
Probably both of us.
Who's the ideas person and who's the fixer?
I would say you're probably the ideas person and I fix it.
Who sends the most dramatic messages?
Definitely you.
And what do we clash on the most?
I suppose direction of travel for the brand would be something that we clash on the most.
Have we ever had a row mid-meeting?
Yes, we have had a row mid-meeting, which is always fun. They continue to happen as well.
Yes, and they will continue to happen for the
good.
foreseeable. Great. Okay, let's get into it a bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a moment where TAUK nearly broke us as people, not just the business.
Oh, God. Probably 2 years in. The stresses and the strain of it, the financial burden, and we had to uproot sort of our lives because we couldn't maintain the area that we lived or be in the area that we lived. So we had to move 280 odd miles in a different direction. And with the goodness and the grace of family, they got us through that situation where we were able to get the business to continue going. That was a very difficult time in our lives. Quite clearly, all our credit lines or my credit lines had run out at that time because I'd used them to fund TAUK to keep it going and to put money in people's pockets. And so it was a stressful period. And even from then onwards, it was still a further year and a half before we closed a large investment round that took all those troubles away, even though those troubles just grew because ultimately now we're responsible for other people's money. And it's about, growing the brand as we want to in terms of making it the biggest and the best, but still personal. It's 3 years ago it was, that really broke probably us and nearly the business.
Pressure, responsibility, emotional load. Why on earth are you still doing this?
Because I wanted to see it to its outcome. I want to see it to its fruition. I've been in this industry for over 2 decades. So I've seen lots of different models and movements within the space that thought they could be the one, This could be the game changer. And I want to see a British-based company succeed in this space at scale, but still be renowned for being a great brand and delivering great outcomes for clients. That's why I'm still doing it, because I want to see it through to where I believe it can get to.
What's the moment that made you believe it could get there?
When somebody believed to invest in it. I mean, you don't close out a 7-figure investment round without having people believe in what you're trying to do. And I think the team that we have now, the leadership team, I would call them, I think are all in a really good place to be able to go out and continue to deliver it. So, yeah.
Who wins arguments, me or you?
You. I don't bother. I just literally will give up and say, yes, you're right.
Because I am.
Yes.
Who takes work home more, me or you?
Both.
Who sends sassy a message? We've covered that one. Who panics sooner?
Me, definitely.
Who's more stubborn?
You.
That's rude.
I mean, we could both be stubborn, but I would suggest that you are very stubborn.
Who says sorry first?
You.
Who's the secret softie?
Probably me.
It's funny.
You're definitely not.
Again, rude. So what do people not see? Because, it's easy to put stats and posturing posts on LinkedIn and all of these sorts of things. What do people not see? What's the cost of building something like this as a couple?
Time and resource and arguments. And I mean, the cost of building it as a couple is it never leaves you. So I'm sure there are many husbands and wives that work in different industries. They go to work and they do their job and they come home and they talk about it for 5 or 10 minutes and they leave it probably at the dining table. I mean, for the 5 years, yes, that we've been doing this, it's been our lives. It's been all encompassing from 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning till 11 at night, 12 at night, answering calls at 2 a.m. if something's gone wrong, not going on holiday for 4.5 years, 5 years. If we did go on holiday, we'd be still on work calls because we didn't have the team or the ability to be able to put it away for a few days. So I wouldn't change it for the world. If I could go back, I'd put a bit more money in my pocket to make it a lot more easier. But it's just like an advice thing, like a Dr. Phil. I think, it's all encompassing. It doesn't leave you. You wake up and you think about it. You go to bed thinking about it. And so that's been one of the most challenges, yeah.
I think what's really interesting about our business is that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy and that lots of different arms of the business reflect another. Because all of those things that we've just talked about there, every single agent is going to go through as they join, as they launch their business in partnership. So if somebody sat there today and they're in that messy middle bit.
The messy middle, yeah.
Yeah. Felt like our messy middle bit lasted for a very, very, very painful long time. I think it won't be that long for our agents, but what words of advice would you give to those people who are just in stretching distance of those next completions or that first building?
I think it's discipline. Because you can say be motivated to go out and do it. Motivation dies on a day-by-day basis. You wake up in the morning, you're no longer motivated to do something. But I think if you stay disciplined and be consistent, you will succeed. I'm motivated to go out and do these things and post on social media and do this. Just stay disciplined and you will get there.
And for somebody who hasn't yet taken the leap of faith, and if they've got all the way to the end of this series, then great.
I apologise for being pulled on at the last sort of, episode.
What does somebody that hasn't yet taken the leap, what do you say to them?
Consider where you want to be in a few years. You may have reached a glass ceiling in your high street office or, director's role, for example, running a region, and you may not have that fulfilling part of being what is great about the job, right? I think when you go through the ranks, I might go a bit off piste here, but the really fun bit is when you're going out speaking to clients and taking them through the journey. And I think why people stay in this industry is every client you meet is different. Every A to B is different. And that's what makes the job fun. And as soon as you go through the ranks and become manager or area manager or branch manager, whatever it may be, you stop doing that job. And I think about, your earning potential based upon the fact you've got to go to an office leave for an office at 7:30, depending upon traffic, get home from an office at 7 p.m, again, depending upon where you live and on traffic. Do you want to continue doing that for the same pay? And the only way that you're going to get a pay rise is naturally through house price increases, through inflation, or through average house prices increasing in your commission. But that's only going to be minor over the next 3 or 4 years. Do you want the ability to have freedom, time, flexibility? It's hard work. You've got to be disciplined. But do you want time and freedom back? And do you want to enjoy the job again? And then you want the financial freedom of earning very, very well, handling as small client base as possible, but delivering phenomenal outcomes where people become friends and clients become friends and you become their go-to person in their phone book for property and for moving. And, you're not just a client, they become a friend and they'll use you again in the future. They'll become a raving fan of what you do because of the service that you deliver. And they'll go and shout about it from the rooftops in your local wine bar, like your clients, Steph. So anyone considering it, at least reach out to any of the brokerage options and see what's right for you. Consider TA UK, because we've got some wonderful initiatives like advanced commission and some other things that we're going to be announcing in Q1 of next year. But consider where you want to be in 3 or 4 years. And if it's still sat behind that desk earning the same amount of money, then it's time to think about, let's consider going into personal estate agency where I can earn, but also have a great lifestyle while doing it.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask me 2 questions that you think our wonderful audience would like to hear the answers of.
The opportunity to ask you 2 questions. I didn't get a chance to prep these. So, you prepped all this and you've sort of shot me in the foot here.
I'm the host.
What's been the most challenging part of working with your husband for the past 5 years? That's a considered sort of sigh or sort of exhale.
Yeah. Just sort of remembering this sort of flashback of horrors in front of my eyes.
That's very mean.
I would say you hit the nail on the head before in that it has been all consuming. And in some ways I don't mind that because I love talking about work. I love talking about TA UK for some really sadistic, I just talk about it all the time. And it does mean so much to every single person that's part of this. But when you don't have any breakaway, when you don't have any respite, that can become tiresome. And I absolutely believe I'm probably quite difficult to work with at times because, yes, I don't believe that done beats perfect at all. I really struggle with that. And so when people... And, we've also got Mark, we've got Kenny, we've got the rest of the leadership. When everybody cares so much, but sometimes expectation and reality is misaligned between people, that can be challenging. We're also very different because you're a sulker. And I would much prefer just to have a blazing row and get it over with. And I don't understand sulking.
I like to
that really pisses me off.
I like to make you work for the apology. Or,
it really does my head in.
Second question. Where do you want to see TA UK in 3 years?
It's not want. It's a belief that we will be one of the largest estate agency businesses in the UK as a whole. We will be the personal estate agency business. The British public will seek us out as the home of the personal estate agent because they'll be desperate to sell their home with a personal estate agent and know that TA UK is the only place to do that.
That's a very good answer.
It was a very good answer.
Yeah, you can tell you've been media trained.
I have not been media trained. This is pure talent.
No, the PR agency media trained you.
They did not. That's a lie. They actually told me I didn't need training.
That's fine.
So on that note, we are going to bring this season of the Peer-to-Peer podcast to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. I suppose if I was to ask you to take anything away, if you have watched every single episode, we've shown you the real heart of TA UK. The truth of personal estate agency. and the absolute magic of agents who build businesses in their own voice, on their own terms, but backed by the strongest platform in the country. If you think season 3 was good, season 4 is going to get feral. But so is our appetite for building TAUK next year. So go back to series 1, watch them all again if you haven't yet taken the leap. And if you haven't yet taken the leap, who are you calling this afternoon or this evening? It could be me, it could be Andy, or any of the agents you've seen. But make sure you pick up that call. Don't let somebody else become the personal estate agent for your hyperlocal community. Don't lose that chance. So bid you farewell. It's been a pleasure. See you in season 4.